What's going on YouTube? This Ramon back at Ramon Talks. And in today's video, we're gonna talk about stop rushing love, stop looking for love. Ramon back at Ramon Talks. My biggest thing on that is stop rushing it. People look at their ages and other couples, influencers, and celebrities, and they're always trying to rush their love. Nothing that we rush, we get to keep for so long. I remember being young and money burning my pocket, but now that I'm older, I'm trying to save my money. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. That's the thing that I'm saying. Like, save your love. Like I say, I said this previously, but get out there and date, so you can learn what you really want in a partner. But save your love. And then when you get with somebody, if you telling somebody that you're ready for a relationship and they giving you signs that they not, then you might just, you can have some patience, and give people time. But don't wait forever. But at the same time, if they're not ready, don't force them into it, because even if you wear them down, it's still not going to work out correctly. It's like mechanics. It's like forcing in a screw that wasn't supposed to go in there. Sure, it might work, but over time, when that part damages, it's going to be real hard to get that screw back out of it, because it wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. And that's the thing about relationships. So we shouldn't or want to, do that, rushing people. That's something that I never could stand. Like, I understand every emotion, everything that a person do, but let people take their time, because, man, a lot of us settle for folks, and that's why a lot of us are in relationships, because we've settled for whatever reasons may be, marriages, children, been with this person for this long, or you just feel sorry for this person. There's a lot of reasons we are with people, but, man, some of the sweetest love I've seen is the people that took their time and they actually want each other. If you ask me, in today's time, I don't think everybody want each other. I don't think the man and the woman want each other. I think the woman either want the man or the man either want the woman. That's what it's looking like to me. You know what I'm saying? I've had goosebumps and felt certain things to where I know, okay, this is where I want to be, and that's what I'm saying. Just like a Hollywood movie or something. Go for that type of love. Go for the love that you really want. Like, the person that you really want. Don't settle for no reasons. Don't settle because somebody telling you. Don't nothing. If you feel it, go for it. But even if you feel it, let them be ready for it. Like, I don't even look for love anymore. I just let it come over here. Let it flow. It's gonna flow. When it's time, that's one thing about life, and not to say it like that, but even in death. When it's your turn to shine, you gonna shine. Just sit back. Just master waiting, being patient. That's a big thing. You shouldn't rush nothing in a relationship, but you definitely shouldn't rush a person to be in a relationship, because a person will resent you. They'll become miserable. Who wants to be, forced into some stuff? People guilt trip you into things. I've been dealing with you for this long, that long, all the way down to the marriages. If somebody take X amount of years before they marry you, you can't get mad if it took that long. You allowed it. So you can always walk away. That's the thing people got to realize. You don't have to sit around and wait this long for somebody to get into a relationship. See, people be so quick to think they found their person. I can't recall if I ever spoke about that, but people always get with somebody and think, oh, I found my person. You sure? How you know that's your person? You know what I'm saying? Like, how? What's telling you that's your person? You just did you see a slight difference in this person and now you think this is your person? Like, how do you know? Like, people do that, or they'll come around, you'll come around displaying different behavior from what somebody's used to, and then they think you're all magical. And, if we get back to that normal love and, being more kind and nice and actually innocent like we used to, then a lot of this stuff wouldn't seem so brand new to people, and maybe a lot of people wouldn't make a lot of these mistakes. But the biggest thing with all this relationship stuff is to study. Study. I speak from my experiences, other couples, things I've seen, things I've studied, and that's my biggest thing. That's why I'm going to say this. As I always say, everything I speak on my videos is my experience, the things I've been taught, the things I've learned. So, take what I say to with a grain of salt. Everybody don't feel how I feel or knowledge is what my knowledge is, but like I say, yeah, stop running to that love boat like that. Stop looking for that. Stop, learn how to be, by yourself. So many people don't want to be alone, so they go, jumping and stuff. But it's like, I'm gonna keep using things that's relatable, but it's just like when a person's speeding to get to work. You're speeding to get to work. If you would have got up sooner, you wouldn't have to speed. But if you speed and get into a wreck because you're speeding, now you're even later than what you were. So even if you're late, just take your time and get there. You're going to get there when you get there, and that's life. That's life. I be wanting to stretch out my videos, but some of this stuff don't even require me to talk that long. Like I said, a lot of what I'm answering is things that I'm being asked. Not so directly, but I'm kind of just summing up a lot of things. But yeah, stop looking for love. Stop chasing. Stop chasing, Enjoy yourself, because that's another thing. You think you're ready for a relationship, and then you mess around and give yourself up before you were ready. That's why there's a lot of cheating going on. People jumping into relationships before they ready. They think they ready, but being in a relationship with somebody, that really means that technically, unless y'all in that type of relationship, it's really supposed to be just you and that person. That means you can't be liking pictures, commenting, nothing flirtatious. It's really you and that person. So unless you're ready to do 25 to life with that person, be ready. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say take your time. Don't just give yourself up before you're ready. You got to know if you really ready. That's what till death really do us part. If we went back to old tradition really does mean that it's supposed to be you and that person. All the slick stuff we do as the people of today's time, 2025, this wouldn't slide back in the day. That's probably why our relationships lasted longer, because it wasn't so easy to cheat. I don't even know how they was cheating back then. It's so easy to get down nowadays and to catch each other with the DMs and the hidden messages and the disappearing inks, and it's so many different ways to get down. But back then you couldn't do that. So that's what I'm saying, man. Take your time. Make sure you're ready, because I know people, because I remember for the longest, I enjoyed having my space. When my personal space had got broken, meaning, I let somebody move in with me, I wasn't ready for that, but I was kind of forced into it. And you in a sense kind of resent the person, maybe not so terribly, but it's just like, dang, you know what I'm saying? So enjoy your time. Get out there, get you a crib, live single a bit. Enjoy the single life. Go do the whole stuff, you know what I'm saying? Go live single. Ain't nothing like being able to stay out as late as you want without having to, and after a certain age, that stuff will get old to you, but it's just not dealing with no nagging, no nothing. It's just having the freedom and the peace of mind. You don't have to, I'm going here, I need to let my spot. You ain't got to nothing. You could just, whatever you feel like doing, you don't have to, if you feel like getting up at 1, 2 in the morning and going, play your game or going do this or whatever you feel like doing, you don't have to, deal with somebody making you feel like you're cheating or them, being insecure. You just get up and do your own thing. So that's my thing. Be ready for that. Like, what really comes with being in a relationship, it's a lot of insecurities and a bunch of things depending on the person that you're dealing with. Relationships are beautiful when both of the people are where they're supposed to be, or when they're two cool people. It's hard to meet two cool people. It's kind of like baby mama and baby daddy. It's always either the baby daddy that's with that bush, or it's the baby mama that's with that bush. I've never seen where the baby daddy and the baby mama both with that bush. It's always one or the other. So it's the same way in a relationship. It's always the cool guy and the chick be tripping, or a cool ass chick and the dude be tripping. It's not that often where both people are cool. And this what I will say. If you're a male or a female and y'all both cool and y'all kind of vibe, that might be who you need to be with. Y'all might need to get together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Brown Sugar went like that. But sometimes the male and female friends be the ones that need to hook up. You know what I'm saying? Them be the ones that know each other the most and get along the best. You know what I'm saying? But I think that stuff probably awkward and weird, or however you want to put it, but it's definitely, it's definitely ways, man. I be looking and I be thinking I have it all figured out, and the more I learn, my grandma say this. She say, baby, I'm still learning. And my grandma almost 70. She tell me, just keep living. And that's it. Each day I wake up, I feel wiser. I seem to understand more. And I can just, that's a raven that I can see. But in the past, all my mistakes that I made, we got to make mistakes to grow. So there's nothing wrong with that. But I see all my mistakes. And, I don't have no regrets, because that's what made me. But it's like, dang, I could have avoided a lot of stuff. So in this video by saying this, take y'all time. Stop rushing for love. Stop rushing to it. It ain't going nowhere. It's here. You just got to be patient and look for it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like, comment, subscribe.